Hello, hello, people of the internet. It's your boy, Skinny Penis, as always. And we have finally ownership over a Maine ourselves. And we can talk about the fact that it is, in fact, quite busted and broken. As said in the replay video from Lucor, the ship is slightly less obnoxious to deal with in cruisers than other Super BBs since it doesn't randomly point and click you. That's like an upside. But yeah, well, you can already see it in the matchmaking or the matchmaking since patch. Maine is being spammed incredibly hardcore. It's very, very popular. I don't remember a single time where a new cruiser or DD was that popular at all. And it's no surprise. It's a USN BB and it's extremely strong. As said, you don't have the overmatch, but everything else about the ship is just insane. We have actually one Cerberus here. Cerberus, like, way less popular. Or Commissar. I mean, Commissar is steel, but like Cerberus is a tech tree ship way less popular than the Super BB. Is extremely demented. We have a Hanover in the enemy team, triple main on our side, which also means the Hanover is not going to have a lot of fun. You will see exactly why the ship is demented in a few minutes when the Hanover parks me and I'll over and over repeatedly shit 20k volleys angled into him. Well, like Hanover, Patrie and stuff are decently unplayable even into main. I mean, I guess Patrie can at least punish it, a bit easier broadside. Satsuma as well. But in the end, like, the amount of AP shells you can shit into superstructure or the amount of HE you can also shit out is just obscene. The tankiness is demented. And, well, now that I played the ship myself and I also had access to the F key, the F key is in fact, like, or the F key only has value really to you if you drop fire prevention and you play Furious and you use the Furious technology to get extra reload. That's like the reason you have the F key. Basically, I don't see any other reason for this F key to even exist. You take less damage from 2 fires if you have F key active than from one single fire without F key. So yeah, it's basically designed to give you reload. You can cycle the F key and the coal mod DCP mod, or like coal module infused DCP the entire time. You're basically immune to fires or flooding damage. You can be on double fire and flood, press F and still not take damage. It's obscene. The entire reason they built that gimmick is probably Furious. I can say that for sure. It is a waste of 4 points if you spec into fire prevention. And you also lose a lot of potential reload in certain scenarios. The heal is obviously improved, as you can see here. We're healing back in insane amounts of HP. The armor on it is brain damaged. Like, since there's so many main versus main fights currently, like, you can basically see that main can go mostly flat at mid to long ranges to itself, and you won't be able to penetrate it. It has some weird spaced armor where it has an outer and an inner layer, and the inner layer is 430 millimeters, which basically makes you immune. Like, even though your citadel exists and it's above the water, and you can see the superstructure retardation starts on the Hanover. He's perfectly angled in, and he's just gonna die to sheer AP into superstructure here. But yeah, so the 430 millimeters internal sit plating, even though it's above waterline, most BBs can't penetrate that. Like, there's only a few super high pen battleships that can citadel you at mid to long range. Apart from that, you won't be eating citadels in this, really. The dispersion seems way too accurate. Like, it's insane. I mean, you can see this. Like, it's just disgusting. You hit way too many shells. Devastation supposedly has same dispersion in Sigma. And for some reason, Maine seems to be way more accurate. Then again, Devastation is a bit more effective when it comes to just shitting into BBs, obviously. Though Maine has the ability to one-shot cruisers a bit more consistently. Actually, way more consistently, and also deal more damage to DDs. With AP Alpha, close range, Devastation seems to be a bit more trolly when it comes to the dispersion there. But then again, you have the access to the HE, so in the end, like, you can't go flat to either Super BB. You can't be angled in, nose in, like this Hanover, to either Super BB. You can't get caught within, I don't know, 7-8 kilometers or below as a DD flat to those Super BBs. Whatever you are, if you get fucked, or if you get caught in front of these Super BBs, you're just dead. or you eat massive chunks of damage that that definitely reduce your effectiveness afterwards. It's obscene how strong these ships are. It's also obscene that people still manage to not perform with it. A big upside on Maine is also the gun angles. The gun angles are brain damagely toxic, forward and backward, but especially like when you push, your pushing gun angles are insane. Like you really don't allow a lot of ships to access many parts of your ship or penetrate you with AP that effectively. Downside, as said in the first video, is obviously the superstructure on this thing, which also, by the way, makes main versus main engagements extremely demented, because you're basically just shitting AP into superstructure, and whoever gets better RNG volleys wins the trade over a while. But then again, it's also down to teammate support a lot, because these ships don't kill each other quick at all unless you go like flat. You have this sustain and the staying power unheard of, basically. Like if you think back 2016, 17, 18, whatever the fuck not, ships like this would be unthinkable. You can tank tons of shit. You will also see later in this game, I fight Napoli double Petro. They have basically no means of killing me unless I go close and flat. There's not enough damage output from those cars, and also the amount of shells I have is very, very favorable against these kind of cruisers that have a lot of armor, because I do fuse a lot of shells into the overmatchable nose and ass or superstructure, and I do get a lot of damage consistently. And since I can just tank them forever, like even in a devastation, same scenario, I can just fuck them down for free. There is no real way for them to kill me. They also have there's this weird engagement, by the way, where by the way, that's a Cerberus. Like the hull is shit, it's super high in the water, and it has too many overmatchable parts. So you throw nearly an Iowa volley with back or front guns. This man has 14k HP healing. My shells land. He has enough platings that I can either overmatch or fuse my shells in, and he's dead. It's like you don't even need 30 overmatch with these cars, specifically not with this thing. I mean, you saw it on the Hanover. Like, you don't overmatch any part of the Hanover. You still shit over 20k volleys 3 times in a row into him angled. It's or like this dispersion. I mean, I miss aim here, but the dispersion is just stupid. I gotta know why it's so effective. Well, like the weird engagement is that cruisers setting fire on you actually make themselves get fucked faster. Like the F key is extremely easy to proc at mid to long range. You basically just need battleships to be within 20 kilometers, and you can click them 2 or 3 times, and depending on the dispersion you already have your F key. It's extremely easy to proc, and then you have it stored basically forever. So when cruisers engage you in 1v2, 2v1 situations, and they set you on fire without fire prevention, you can actually just use the F key to get such an insane reload reduction that the cruisers die faster. Like, it's beyond me. Like, devastation is already similar, where the cruisers, if they try to focus you, you give the devastation more reload, so it shits way more damage into you back. But this car here is like way more obnoxious. Like, you're not even getting anything really out of it. Like, you're just not dealing damage but giving him reload. I mean, sure, like he has to use a bit of his heal, but his heal is improved, or main heal is improved, so the small fire damage you take is actually something you don't really mind at all. This ship is kind of like devastation. It only dies to torpedoes or alpha strike over time. Like multiple hours of penetrations will get you down, because they also basically bend the heal into an unusable state, where you can't really have heal potential anymore, since it's pen damage, not fire damage. So like the bit of fire damage you take from while you have F key, even if you have double or triple fire on you, you can just heal that back. So you're really just not getting anything out of the car, because like the F key is out, I DCP for 30 seconds. In that time I get 2 volleys kind of, and I could, like in 2 volleys you can already proc the next F key. So it's an unlimited chain of stupidity, where HE spammers against this car actually make this thing kill them faster instead of killing the main faster. Obviously, like, these scenarios you will only have if the enemy main, or the main player itself, has actually some sort of intelligence. You have to see that, because what I have been spotting is a lot of mains are not proccing their F key somehow. Like, somehow they're too stupid to get that shit procced, or they're not using it. But most mains run around without fire prevention. So for some reason, you can still focus down like main players extremely well and extremely fast too, which just goes to show like it doesn't matter how broken they make the BB, what kind of hubris garbage they give it and how strong it is. The player base is just too stupid to make use of it. It's insane. Like, I don't understand it. Like, the mains are dying way too fast that I've spotted. I mean, it's the same with Uchakovs or Devastation since ages. They're either AFK or they die instant. I don't understand how people misplay this. Torpedoes catch me off guard like maybe once in 15 to 20 games to a degree where I actually die. Like I sometimes get caught off guard, need 3 or 4 torpedoes, but because I have a torpedo bulge and insane HP pool to draw like HP from, like I go half HP or lowish, but I still am afloat and I'm still a BB that can just stay at mid to long range afterwards, not push, still bring something to the table. I don't understand how people are inting in this car. Here you can see, by the way, so like basically the Cerberus and the Hanover fell prey to me. The rest of the team here ran away. And now we're pushing into a carrier, 2 Petros and a Napoli. And for me, in the main, this is basically like not a problem at all. The gun angles don't really allow Petro to do that much damage. The amount of shells I can shit allow me to deal significant damage back to the Petros over time or the Napoli. Same as if they would actually start shooting me with HE, they would, as I said, kill themselves quicker. There's not enough damage output from Petros or Napolis to actually fuck me down. I mean, I guess the only cruisers that could fuck it with HE spam are things like Colbert or Smolly or Yinan, when they can actually farm you for like 2 minutes straight. And there's a constant stream of HE, constant stream of penetrations on superstructure and fires and everything. The question is though, can they hold the position for that long? They don't have a smoke for that long. Colbert has a problem anyways. Can they hold range for that long? It's what I said on the other Super BBs. Like, you can just leave their range and you're not, like, you don't even have to go far to leave range of certain spammers. So, also the fact that Commissar and Cerberus sit so many fires and are actually super effective with HE, but then if you play a main properly, they actually just make you shit more damage. Like, you're not really affected by the fire output of cruisers anymore at all. Like, you actually welcome that kind of garbage. Here you can once again see the insane amount of the crazy dispersion I get. I mean, I misaimed it a bit. He turned in at the last second. The thing is, if he actually wants to use back turret there, which he tried, and he doesn't reverse fully to me like he did, you would probably eat around 15 to 20k if he's unlucky. Like, it's too many shells. You're insanely good at focusing down these supposedly unkillable cruisers. I mean, it's always been a trademark of Monty that if stuff like Moskva, Petro, Napoli angle in, the amount of shells and decent reload Monty brings, or even like a Borg, actually allow you to force down these ships faster than other BBs. I mean, obviously on Ohio you'd had only 8 shells, and you're susceptible to wonky dispersion too. Meanwhile on Monty you just get 4 shells more, or on Borg, so you can land way more shells more consistently on these ships. As you can see here, there's the next battleship that's coming in. Once again, like, we punched the Petros and stuff angled. Now we are going to punch the Rhode Island angled. We will shoot him 3 times and we will get over 10k into him angled every single volley. That is not HE, that is AP, just sheer penetrations or overpens. As you can see here, it starts 11k and then we will keep on doing that. I have a heal, obviously, as I said, like, I can just let the fires or floods tick. Also, you may have noticed that the enemy carrier has a very hard time actually dropping me without losing his entire planes. The AA on this thing is insanely strong, like remarkably strong even. And you also have the F key to theoretically improve the AA. As you can see here, once again, another 10k above volley, and then we will finish him off with such a volley as well. Or I don't know, does he die here? No, I think I'll just finish him off again. So, remarkable game concept. The amount of death strike I've already accumulated with this thing is insane. You will also have a clean death strike on a carrier later on in this game. As you can see, once again, clicking him, like, It's Georgia Hull. Georgia Hull is super susceptible to these AP shots angled in a superstructure anyways, and this thing also has overmatchable nose and ass, the Rhode Island. Like, it's just so unplayable into Maine, and Rhode Island, since it also gets a lot of its value from spamming HE at you, yeah, well, he would also basically kill himself faster by giving you a double fire and you just press your F key. But yeah, as you saw here also, like, I went down through penetration damage over time. I already used 3 heals. No, actually, I used 4 heals already because I have improved repair party readiness. I used 4 heals, so the next heals don't really have the highest potential, but as you could see, I could just wait here on the island and basically zone out 3 cruisers and take the carrier on my forehead at the same time and basically cuck the enemy completely from getting into the middle or B or playing this area here. And if a Petro or a Napoli would try to be cheesy and go close to me, I basically two-shot these people close range. I mean, if they fuck their angling, they're gone instant. Yeah, like this was the first game on EU I played on this ship. Obviously, I had it on NA already beforehand, and the potential for high damage games on this thing is insane. It's really just something else. Yeah, we're pushing into the enemy spawn here. Now that most of the crossfire and shit is removed. Oh, yeah, actually, the Napoli thinks he can go behind the rock here. And, well, we're going to just blow him up. Look at the amount of shells. Look at the dispersion. Dispersion is way too good for 16 shells. Way too good. Like, look at this, man. That was 7 shells. I don't know if more actually would have hit. But, like, he's just a... Yeah, he's just a one-shot. I mean, what can you do? And then, like, the Petro still nose in, suffering over and over again. And he's like... 15 kilometers, shooting a bit of AP. Yeah, he got a really good shot here. I'm completely unsaturated again because of the heal. I'm already counter healing and he got 6 point whatever K, but like he has to do this over and over and over again. And I'm like I just walk into him and like my heal is still ticking. Now it's out. Like he would need, if he gets the same damage, he would still need like 6 point something K. He would still need like 8, 9 volleys, maybe 10 because I get another heal. Like my heal is also faster off cooldown now. I randomly press F for the planes. As you can see here, the AA is insane. I mean, I even lost certain or some AA mounts, but the AA is extremely strong. Like you're not really the carriers are not really able to focus you down. It's like sure, I lose HP to the Petro here, but I mean I can just kill him for free. There's no real, yeah, no real way that lots of ships can play against this car and actually make it a favorable fight. Like it's the super PPs, as I said, they basically, if you play it properly, you don't offer the enemy a counter in most situations at all. Like everyone has to hope that the super PPs make extreme angling mistakes, extreme positional mistakes, eat tons of torpedoes, be focused down. Like if you're decent at playing World of Warships, you're not gonna die in a super BB unless you fuck it. It's extremely hard. Same for me. Like the only reasons I die is if I overcommit or if I'm dented. You can see here like the dispersion. Holy shit, the front guns alone. The back turrets aren't dead, but like, damn, fucking clean one shot on the carrier. You're probably like the best ship to one shot carriers at mid to short range. Like holy shit, your guns are insane. The dispersion is so nuts. It's a miracle. And that was only like after a few games. I had like a 300 I think on NA as well, or 2 even. I had another 300 afterwards in Maine on EU. You're just shitting 300k games while only shooting AP most of the times. Like 7-8 penetrations, 78. Like holy fuck, dude, it's crazy. This is like Dreadnought farm, probably fireproof farm as well. I mean, it's not that easy to get fireproof on this thing because your F key reduces the fire damage. So, I mean, whatever. Like, don't really have to say that these ships are busted. 3.3, base XP, shot down some planes. Every single time the carrier went for me, he lost mad amounts of strike planes. As you see, like this is only strike planes. He didn't feed me fighters. The A is super strong. Here you can see armor piercing. It's 300k raw alpha. It's obscene. It's actually just obscene. This is the one permafire I got on the Hanover. Like I got one early, he DCP'd, then I got one after. He was actually running fire prevention. Like I couldn't have even farmed him down very fast with HE. But then I just loaded AP at mid-range, 12, 13 kilometers, and magically punched 106k into him. Like look, we have 16 fire, 18.8 HE, and then like 3 volleys netted me 71,000 AP damage on him. 3 volleys. That's like not even when I'm on fire or get a bit of AR. That's not even 1.5 minutes. And that's like more than half his HP gone to Alpha Strike. Angled. Perfectly angled. He couldn't even use back turrets at all. We also have like 3.4 million pot. This car is similar to Devastation, potential damage machine, also like Uchakov. These things are, as I said, if you play them right, like you need an entire army to bring you down. It's insane. You can also see here the Rhode Island, Napoli, Petro, Cerberus, Petro. The, I mean, the Napoli was flat, never mind. But the road, the Petro, and the what was it, Cerberus, they were angled to me, and I still deal that amount of damage with AP. Like I just have to click them a bit, and it's just AP damage, and I just fucked them in the ass. Cerberus is an insanely disgusting hull, by the way. Against Maine or like any BB really, you have 25 nose and ass, and they're massive sections. So like, yeah, you supposedly have 32 side and 30 deck, but like Maine just clicks you and fucks you, and God forbid you're flat broadside or caught, Maine just one-shots you. It's broken. There's obviously a reason we see, what was it now, 5 mains in one game. I have had 7 mains in one game, 4 on one, 3 on the other. Other super BBs are super hard to play into this, unless it's like a Satsuma at long range, and you wait for the broadsides. Or it's a Devastation. I mean, Devastation obviously wins the fight. Devastation wins the fight against any super BB mid to long range with the HE and the sustain. Like, it's so popular. I don't even remember the last cruiser that was that popular. I guess there wasn't. I mean, Napoli came close when they introduced the new commander skills and you got more secondary effectiveness in range. People spammed Napoli for 2-3 days a lot. But apart from that, like it's obscene how many mains there are because it's just that strong. Yeah, definitely get it. I will maybe share another highlight video if I get like I have a feeling that this car is also gonna give me like 400k fairly soon. I just have to play it a bit more. But apart from that, just wish you the best for your main endeavors. Maybe dodge Cerberus and Commissar for a while because it's not that easy to play these 2 cruises into main. I assure you that. Like triple main is a bit of a meh moment. Also always becomes a problem if the enemy main knows what he's doing. You're probably not going to force him down with HE spam at all ever. So yeah, rethink the the idea of playing cruiser for now, especially the new ones, and wait until the main hype dies down. Apart from that, see you soon and have a nice week.